Hey everybody, welcome to Goots' Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Ray Goots. We are in the 90s, and I'm representing the Hulkster. What do you think of that shirt, Andrew Lee?
That's good, but wait, didn't you wear a Hulk shirt before?
It's
Or
not the same shirt.
what? It's
I
not the same shirt,
not the same
right?
shirt. Yeah. I did. I wore, but it was like yellow. This is like vintage. Hulk rules. And it's him.
It's
But
Hulk
it's
Hogan, brother.
Hulk Hogan. Dude, they're putting out so many good Hulk Hogan elites. Did you see the San Diego Comic-Con wrestling figure panel?
No, let me take a look at that right now.
Dude,
Uh,
they're putting on New Japan Hulk Hogan. Like his New Japan outfit, which no one's ever put out before. Dude, Conrad Thompson tried to say some bullshit that like Hogan only has two figures. Dude, there's so many variations of the Hulk Hogan, and
wait,
all
what does that mean? Hogan only has two figures.
two
I don't get it.
variations for figures, Hollywood and red and yellow. And I'm like, that's not true at all. He has a ton of variations, Hulk Hogan. He has a ton
They
of
got the helmet look.
which I bought. He has the WCW look, which I bought. He has the 1990 WWF look, where he has like the bandana covers his whole head. Then he has the 80s look, New Japan, when he was a heel. Then he has like different looks when he's there's a TNA look where he's wearing like a fucking Impact shirt. There's a whole bunch of different looks for him. Dude, he never has a bad figure, bro. He never has a bad figure.
I'm trying to find this New Japan Hulk Hogan thing. I can't find it. I'll look it up
They
later.
don't call it New Japan Hulk Hogan, but it's
Oh, they don't.
yeah. WWE can't say like this is New Japan Hulk Hogan, but it's what he wore in New Japan.
But yeah, I remember many years ago they tried to do a Black Tiger, Eddie Guerrero, and I think they got in trouble for it. So they ended up fucking taking the mask off of it. But
Yeah. Oh,
originally,
there's an unmasked Rey Mysterio coming out, bro.
really, an unmasked Rey
From
Mysterio.
1999. I'm shocked that WWE let them do that. And then there's Scott Hall when he walked out on Nitro the first time. I kind of want that figure. There's there was a figure that was like, I can't believe they put this out. I'm trying to think. Billy Gunn has a figure. And people are like,
From Mattel?
yeah. There's
That's
a
weird.
next set, Billy Gunn is a figure, and people are like, they need to make a deal with Sting. Like, whatever deal they made with Billy Gunn, they need to make the deal with Sting.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is actually pretty interesting.
Billy Gunn is a figure, yeah. So Billy Gunn is like, I need that. This acclaim shit ain't working out for me. I need that WWE money, baby. Hold on.
They got like LA Knight figure coming out. They got as far as new figures coming out, they got looks like Grayson Waller, Pat McAfee.
There's a Three Faces of Foley set. There's Seth Rollins in the Dusty Rhodes outfit that he wore at Hell in a Cell.
There's the Hulk Hogan Thunder Lips figure.
Yeah.
That's a different look. Yeah, Hulk Hogan in the black tights with the red
That's
knee pads, blue oh my gosh, they're coming out with the Sultan. The Sultan
really?
and Captain Luke.
Dude, you know what I saw today at the store and I almost bought Farouk with the helmet on.
Oh yeah.
I like that Farouk. Dude, there was a really cool shirt Nike put out with Farouk as the WCW champion. I never bought, and I regret it because like it was a really cool shirt. And you're never gonna see another Ron Simmons WCW champion shirt. It came out. They put it out for like Kofi Mania, and I don't know why I didn't buy it. Logan Paul has a figure.
I think is that fake Diesel?
Fake Diesel has a figure, yep, but no fake Razor Ramon.
That's so weird to have a
There's
fake
rumor that they
Diesel.
lost the license to Macho Man, by the way.
Did they really?
Yeah, because Macho Man has figures coming out with wrestling heels and faces.
Oh, that's weird how that happened.
Oh,
But I guess because he never signed a contract with WWE, that's why.
so
Right?
like they probably found out that he fucked Stephanie more than once. It was 3 times, Dad. Damn
Look at
it!
that. They got Peter Maivia figure. I think that's the first time ever for Peter
Dude,
Maivia.
you know who else has never had a bad figure? And I'm of this character. Doink. Doink has never had a bad figure. I always want to buy Doink shit. I always wind up buying Doink shit, like figure wise. They need to bring back Doink. Doink, you know how I said I had this, it was on the other podcast, Gootscast. I said some characters could be legacy characters like James Bond, like someone constantly
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think that should be, dude. They should bring back Doink.
WWE should have they should have so many legacy characters.
Mhm.
Gimmicks, really, you should say gimmicks. Because you know what? They should take somebody who's newer, put them under a mask so that people don't get the stink of them while they're not good. And then once they get good, you can make them take off the mask and do their own gimmick. You could do that with Max Moon. You could do that with Doink. You could do that with so many characters. Battle Cat. I would take a female character. Like I would have. You know who I would have done Max Moon? Casey Kanzara.
Yeah,
She's
and
doing
it's like,
nothing right now.
why not? Why not reboot the characters? Like, but
Yeah.
do Doink. People, Doink should have been if Matt Bourne. If Matt Bourne wasn't a guy who beat women and did drugs, Doink could have been also like an Undertaker character. Like I could have seen that character go for. Dude, there was I don't people like to shit on that character as like that's when WWE came to Katie. No. That character was fucking dope. When Matt Bourne did him, it was fucking money. You go back and we're gonna get some Matt Bourne matches next year as Doink. Doink was money. Go back and watch some of the original Raws. Doink is fucking delivering in the ring. But like Doink.
Did you watch the Dark Side about him?
No. I should.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I know he's a piece of shit, but he was a fucking great wrestler. And he
By the
got
way,
that in.
I'm looking at the 3 Mick Foley figures, and the Dude Love one does not look good.
Well, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
I'm not that like over the moon about Mick Foley, but whatever.
Oh my god. They're coming out with the Hit Row figures. Tahuti Miles is getting his own figures.
Dude, they're coming out with Andre with the afro.
Yeah. Oh man, Tahuti Miles.
This box set is like the 40 years of WWE. It's Hogan, Rocky Maivia, Stone Cold, and Becky Lynch from us. That's a cool box set.
That's a nice box set. LA Knight getting his first.
Dude, this is the history of Hulkamania box set. It's Hogan, Hulkamania, NWO, and fucking Hogan nowadays. That's how he comes out nowadays. Fucking Hogan, dude. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Hogan is the best. That's all there is to it. You okay?
Yeah, they just have like this figure in bronze, and it's his first time in the line, and I can't figure out who it is. Well, it's not.
I know who it is. It's Terry Gordy.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Oh,
Dude, Rocky Johnson as a figure.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Dude,
perks.
there's gonna be a box set of WrestleMania 10. That's fucking awesome. Shawn Michaels and Razor. That's fucking dope, man.
They're coming out with a referee figure. You build a referee. Referees build a figure.
Captain Lou. That Captain Lou figure looks. Yeah, this is like.
Oh my gosh, they're coming out with a Nicholas figure. Oh my gosh, dude.
Nicholas, the little kid.
The little kid. They have a figure for that little kid. He's a builder.
Dude, Thunder Lips looks so fucking good. I actually have
Thunder Lips. Yeah. And Hogan only has 2 looks though. Remember, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, Conrad's Ric Flair has a ton of different looks. I'm like, no, he doesn't. I mean, yes, he has different robes, but
it's different types.
Yeah, Hogan, dude. Let me tell. And if I was Vince, and I like Roman Reigns kind of did it, so you can kind of get action figures out of Roman Reigns, so you're blue in the face. But if I was Vince, I would have some of these guys like do these hard changes of looks more often. Because if you think about it, how much money has Sting made on his 2 different looks? How much money has Hogan made on his 2 different looks? And when Hogan's in a game, Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan wrestle completely differently. And it's like, there's just more money because you're almost like a whole different person. So like if I'm Darby Allin, and how old is that fucking piece of shit now? 30? Okay. So when I'm 40, I'm going to, why not completely change your look? Because then, you know how many figures you can make out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when Darby Allin was like 80, he's still collecting checks from like, this is like classic Darby Allin. This is like new school Darby Allin. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, just completely change your look.
I think this is why if you have like different kind of tights every time or different gear every time, it's good. Rob Van Dam.
Oh yeah.
He didn't have to change his character.
With Rob Van Dam, which is why we don't. He did change his. He always wore a different singlet, but he didn't wholesale change his look. Like if Rob Van Dam in 2006 had a whole different gimmick and was like, I don't know, I'm Rich Van Dam, and I play Wall Street. Like you have more figures off that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio are like the two guys that I can think of as good examples of they never changed their gimmick, but because their gear keeps changing, there's so many figures for them.
Yeah. You know
It's
who's
always coming out. Figures for them are always coming out because there's different airbrushes and different gear, you know?
you know who's a good example right now is a Dominic. Like Dominic, you can do baby Dominic. You can do fucking when Dominic first showed up, and you can also do Judgment Day Dominic, who by the way, he ratings went through the roof when he was on NXT this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. And NXT, people are sleeping on that show. That show is, dude, there's so much. Just last week, I saw a really good NXT match, and it was Braun Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov. That's the one I sent you a clip of where there was a moment where it looked like Braun Breaker was fucking pissed off and started just like really nailing this guy in the face. Did you see that clip? He got chopped twice by Dragunov, and he gets furious, and he just starts wailing on this guy. That was a hard-hitting match. There's right now Baron Corbin, Mustafa Ali, Finn Balor, Dana Brooke. So many people from the main rosters are like regulars now on NXT. And NXT's got some really good talent like Axiom and Carmelo Hayes. It's a good show. It's actually a really good show. I don't know why people don't watch. And that's actually the ratings, if you notice, they've been slowly going up every week.
I gotta watch it more. Did you watch Blood and Guts last night?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't watch it last night.
I
don't plan on watching it.
You don't?
No, I'll watch the episode of Dynamite, but I'm gonna skip that entire match. I don't like matches.
You like war games or just violent matches?
No, I don't like that, like excessive blood, all that shit. It's stupid to me.
So I was at a Mets game yesterday. My friend got me a free ticket.
Mhm.
I went to the Mets game. So many hot chicks in the Mets game, bro. Oh my god. But fucking when did women suddenly like sports? Like I don't remember there being any women anyway. Like groups of hot babes at the fucking.
Oh yeah, my mom was there. Nice.
What?
My mom was there. Nice.
She was like, throw the ball. But dude, so after the show went off the air, first of all, these are my two problems. I haven't seen the match, but these are my two problems. And again, if you don't think this is a problem, you're a fucking idiot. The first problem is the Blackpool Combat Club and the Golden Elite hugged after the match. So
on camera or off camera?
I'm not sure. I don't know about that. But then off camera, Kota Ibushi threw himself into the thumbtacks and then stood up and danced like an idiot. Like no selling the thumbtacks.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, all right. So I saw John Moxley got thrown on a bed of nails. Okay, listen, Andrew, like if you're throwing someone on a bed of nails, right? There's people I don't like in my life. There's comics I find annoying. I'm not gonna throw them on a bed of nails, okay? Like if they're like, hey, is right there. If you just give him a shove, he'll fall on a bed of nails. I'd be like, I don't want to do that. Like, but if I throw someone on a bed of nails, why would I hug them right after that?
I don't know.
I want them to be permanently hurt if I'm doing that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I don't like those kind of matches because like sometimes like it's just for the sake of that kind of violence, and it's like doesn't really tell a story. It doesn't make sense too much. Like if you're hitting people with like all this like hardware, like chairs and stuff like that, and they're popping up and they're fucking hitting like a fucking Canadian destroyer. It's like, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't like matches like that.
It's just like it's just.
I heard that match is like an hour long, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
If it's like an hour long, I'm not fucking watching that. That's stupid.
And then Bushi throws himself in the thumbtacks, and then like apparently I saw his entrance, and he's like dancing and taking his time to go to the ring. And apparently, like the Blackpool Combat again. I didn't. Again, I'm just maybe I'm wrong about this. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe because you didn't watch it. Yeah, who knows?
But
maybe it's wrong.
Like the Blackpool Combat Club is just destroying Kenny Omega, and this guy's dancing in the aisles, and it's like, listen, we know it's fake. Like that's out of the bag. We know it's fake. But here's the problem with the modern wrestling. You don't have to rub it in my fucking face. All right. You don't have to have. You don't have to have like Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega have this bond. They're two characters on a TV show. Okay, I'll give you the Flash TV show. Right. Not a well written show. If Iris West, if Iris, his wife, is getting fucking curb stomped by Captain Cold and Captain Boomerang, Flash isn't gonna dance while he's going to save her. He's gonna fucking run and beat the shit out of both of them. Be like, get the fuck off my wife. I know the Flash isn't really beating up Captain Cold and Captain Boomerang, and I know Captain Cold is really stomping Irish's head in, but that doesn't like you still have like I want to be invested in the story. So if the Flash is like whatever, like she's not my real wife, I'm an actor. It takes me out of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's yeah, it takes you out of it. Dude, did you see that old school Drax figure? Oh, looks great.
Wait,
The
that is
purple and the green, I fucking love it. Oh,
before he's gonna ruin that character. Fucking. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm going to Collision on Saturday. I got free tickets again.
yeah, you got a Collision this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It's in Newark, right? Nice. I'll be honest with you. I think Collision. How many episodes are we in? 5, 6?
4 to 5. 4 to 5.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. You know, last week we had Ricky Starks versus CM Punk, and that was a fun match. This is the first time ever. I liked it. You know.
Yeah.
I like Collision. I think it's not a bad show. You know? It's like an extra thing to watch.
Speaking of not a bad show. Royal Rumble 90. We watched it this week. What did you think before we get it? Overall, what did you think?
It's fun. You can't go wrong with a Royal Rumble, man. I don't know if I can ever say it like a real like I don't think a Royal Rumble will ever be as like on the same level as bad as like a Bunkhouse Stampede. You just can't. It's a Royal Rumble.
Well, you know what the great thing about Royal Rumbles like watch like especially these old ones. I mean, first of all, the undercard had some rough spots, right? But the thing about a Royal Rumble is that, especially with these legends, and now a lot of these guys are dead, you're seeing interactions that you didn't realize these people had interactions. Like, for example, Macho Man and Roddy Piper just beating the shit out of each other in the match.
Or, that's why it's so much fun. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I forgot these two. And as a kid, you take it for granted. But like now it's like, oh, those two never really touched in WWE. And it's so much fun watching them tangle it up, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's Royal Rumble, I think it's always a good time. It's like it's always going to be a good time. You're never gonna. I really don't think even the worst Rumble as a pay per view is better than a lot of pay per views.
Well, we'll hold that. We'll take that. We'll see that as it comes. I have a feeling I'm like if we get to it, the 2014 Rumble's still going to piss me off. But that we'll get there, and the 2015 one. But we'll see what happens when we get there. We got a long way.
I definitely got my bar of like Bunkhouse Stampede as like the worst pay per view, and nothing.
2014 Rumble, the 2015 Rumble below a Bunkhouse Stampede. Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, Royal Rumble 1990. Every man for himself. That they keep saying. Takes place on January 21st, 1990 in Orlando, Florida. Estimated about 16,000 people in attendance. We begin with Vince McMahon Jr. doing the intros for all 30 competitors. That's right. He says the name of all 30 superstars. It is so funny. In his voice, he's like, Hogan-Warrior, Macho King Randy. He's just doing it like it's so long. He does all 30. And it was really interesting is that out of the first 5 names he said, right? And we're talking about like he's the first 5 names. Go mentioning Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Andre the Giant. Honky Tonk Man is in the top 5. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty interesting. And then he goes over all the cards. Very, this must be like Tony Khan probably like in his head, like says all his wrestlers on his roster. It's like his toys, like every single one.
But dude, I would love it if he did like an intro like this again. for this year, like just listed all the names because like it gets you pumped. It gets you fucking pumped, dude.
You know what he should do it for old school Raw.
You know what you know what if I had my way, like I would have had him until it was time for Stone Cold to rise. I would have just had him like introduce all the pay-per-views, like so Randy Orton versus John Cena, like that he's really good at. When he's commentating, it's like very annoying.
Yeah, yeah, I can see. Yeah, his intro's good.
His intros are good. I would have him do dude. I would have him do an intro for this year's Rumble. I would. I mean, I think it'd be really fun to have him do it again like that.
They show you the crowd, and someone's got a sign up, like a very old school sign that says, "Scary Sherry's chest is hairy." I fucking thought it was brilliant. That's very fun.
Great. That's fantastic.
Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura, who's dressed up like a Disney character, they will be doing commentary. I would say Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura is probably my least favorite combination of Jesse Ventura.
Oh well, you're gonna get a lot of it in WCW, so buckle up.
Yeah, but like I was thinking about it, Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura with Vince McMahon, Jesse Ventura with Tony Schiavone, and I was like, actually, out of those three, him and Tony Schiavone is my least favorite.
Yeah, you know what? Him and Gorilla, you could tell liked each other. But and Vince and him are good because you can tell like there's like he liked to poke Vince. He liked to Vince. I think fed off that. Tony, it's just like he had. You can tell he has no opinion on Tony one way or the other. So he just mails it in. Dude, I fell asleep the night to some WCW Saturday nights that that are on the network, and it's in '93, and Jesse's work is like in the toilet at that point, like. He just doesn't seem engaged. You can tell he just doesn't, and it's like to the point where Jesse Ventura and WCW, I would say, is like almost unlistenable compared to
one of those Saturday night ones that I remember with Jesse that I thought was kind of stupid, but I just like it's funny at the same time. Was there was one episode where Medusa is dressed like a cop and she kicks somebody in the face, and that causes that person to lose the match. And I think it's like Tony Schiavone's going like, that looks like Medusa. It's Medusa. And he goes, Jesse Ventura's argument is, Medusa has long hair. She has short hair. And he keeps saying it. And I'm like, yeah, but she put her fucking hair up in the fucking hat, dude. Like, people can do that. That's how kept going. She has long hair. Yeah, sure. I was like, that's the stupidest argument I've ever heard, dude.
That's how lame Jesse gets in WCW. But Tony was supposed to do his pay-per-view. Vince was supposed to do it with Jesse. And at the last second, he's like, I don't feel like this. Tony, you have your talks? And he's like, yeah, you just fucking do it. So,
oh, really? I did not know. Oh, he was supposed to, he just didn't want to do it?
Yeah. Wow. He's like, you know what? I just don't feel like doing it tonight. You want to do it? Tony, you do it. And Tony was like, okay. Because Tony was just
I'm sure Tony was happy. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. I did not know that little nugget thing. Let's go into our first match. We got the Rougeau brothers with Colonel Jimmy Hart versus the Bushwhackers, who come out to a humongous pop. You guys remember, these guys debuted in December of '88. So if it's January 1990, it's basically been a little over a year, and they're super, super popular. They even show you the audience, and there's a black man and with a white man. They're both like hugging and making these stupid fucking faces. That's right. The Bushwhackers ended racism.
Dude, there was a Bushwhacker shirt in the audience I really liked, and I'm like,
dude, people love the Bushwhackers. Everyone's making stupid faces doing this stupid fucking thing. And I'm like,
you know what I want to ask, because I feel like people would be like, well, fans were idiots back then. I'm like, okay, the Bushwhackers never had a good match. Somehow they just keep getting more and more over. Why? And I don't want to hear the answer. The fans are stupid, because clearly these guys did something that a guy like Will Ospreay can't figure out. So, what did they do?
I do think, I don't know if the fans are stupid, but they really like stupidity. There's a lot of this match, even the beginning is just like slow, and they do a lot of this.
No, that's my thing. It's like these matches from a work rate standpoint are horrible. I thought this match was horrible.
Oh, it's terrible. This match is terrible.
These guys still got one of the biggest pops on the show. So
I think this audience with this reaction with the Bushwhackers is what made Junior start realizing that the WWE universe is filled with stupid idiots. Like, I really think he thinks,
But
man, they're just
even though,
eating this up.
even though these guys have a bad match, I don't dislike them.
I don't dislike them, but I don't. And you know what, man? I can't even say it because back then, entertainment was very different. You know, entertainment was very, very simple, right? So, but I could tell Junior's probably thinking like, the Bushwhackers are embodiment of what our average fan is like. That's what I feel like he thinks. This is really dumb. By the way, the referee of this match is the former wrestler Dangerous Danny Davis.
They made him a referee again with like.
Yeah, they went back to being referee. Nobody notices, I think. What?
They basically said he gave up wrestling on one leg.
Yeah, nobody. I don't think everybody realizes it. Anyway, the finish of this match is they get Jimmy Hart into the ring, but the Bushwhackers are too stupid to actually do anything to him. So the Rougeos actually save him. And then while the Rougeos are both standing there, the Bushwhackers hit the battering ram on both of them, and one falls out the ring, and then he covered the other one for the win. After the match, they lick Danny Davis, so that the fans pat him on the head like they're a fucking dog. You like this match, right?
No, I hated it, but
Oh,
the
okay.
Bushwhackers do some, but I don't dislike the Bushwhackers.
You know what they reminded me of? You know, I was thinking is like because they're not a good match.
You know what they are? I just realized it. They're a good version of the Boogie Woogie Man.
That and I was gonna say they're the equivalent of like modern day. You would say is like No Way Jose, in the sense that he's not gonna have a good match. Like he's not that good, but if you put him out first, it makes the crowd go happy.
No Way Jose is not over. No Way Jose.
No, he was over in NXT. Dude, you put him out first. Oh, dude.
The Bushwhackers still have matches in 1996. These guys are in their 50s and they're this over at this point.
Yeah, but I'm not saying they're not good matches.
They're not good matches, but,
yeah, but they're not good matches. They just get the crowd really into it. That's what I'm saying. Dude, that's why if I had Bushwhackers on my roster, I'm 100% putting them in the first match.
Dude, okay, No Way Jose had good match. No Way was over in NXT. He was never over on the main roster. These guys were over on Raw. These guys were over on everywhere. These guys were still alive. You have them.
If the Bushwhackers were booked like No Way Jose in the main roster, I don't think they would be this over. But if I would say No Way Jose in NXT, he was like in the pay. You know when they had to take over, when they had the takeovers, they just put him out in the first match. He got the crowd super fucking hot, and then he went back. What?
He's a better worker than.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, no one's gonna
remember. You gotta be a good worker to work this stupid.
Dude, no one remembers No Way Jose now. They're not gonna remember him like 30
I remember him. You remember him.
I do, but no kids are gonna be like No Way Jose was my childhood. People are like the Bushwhackers on my childhood.
We'll see.
I'm telling you right now. They were on the show.
I'm not talking about I don't think you're understanding. I'm not talking about popularity.
But
I'm not talking about popularity. I'm not talking about popularity level. I'm talking about they're not a good wrestler. It's a lot of the antics.
No Way Jose is a better wrestler than these two guys. Come on. You can't say No Way Jose was a bad wrestler.
I didn't say was he a good wrestler? Was he really good?
He was decent.
He was decent. Wouldn't you say the Bushwhackers are decent wrestlers?
No. At least not where they are right now. They're horrible. But they're over, and I like them. So they're doing something better than No Way Jose. You all right there?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to interrupt me. I was saying, I'm not talking about the level of popularity. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that level of wrestling compared to everybody else in the roster that they're on, they're not that good. They do a lot of stupid antics in the ring. Right? No Way Jose did a lot of stupid antics, right? And that's okay. All it does is gets the fucking audience going. You put them in the first match, get the audience hot, give them what they want, and then you go back and that's it. And the rest of the card happens. That's what I meant. But never mind.
Look, No Way Jose the takeovers, because I saw No Way Jose live at some of the takeovers. When he had to wrestle, he wrestled. Like he fucking wrestled. Like I didn't watch the weekly show. Like I didn't watch. Maybe he did dumb shit on the weekly show, but I got news for you. Like so did if I didn't watch it, a lot of fucking kids didn't watch it either because it was on the network. So I don't think No Way Jose is. I think No Way Jose is gonna be like Bam Neely. Nobody gives a shit about him.
I don't think No Way Jose's popularity level is on the same level as
Yeah,
uh,
and the
Big
popularity
Bushwhackers. That
level is
wasn't
not
my
the same.
point, but went out over your
He
head.
doesn't have charisma like the Bushwhackers do.
Okay, that's I don't I agree. That wasn't my point, but never mind. It went over your head. It's okay.
It didn't go in my head. You're saying that he's very similar to No Way Jose. I'm saying that he's not. It's the same
He's
position.
similar in how
But
they're
he was on a
using.
show nobody watched. He was on a show when he was on the main roster. He was never on pay per view. He was never anywhere. He was just got humiliated every time he walked out on the main roster. So
Okay, you guys, if you understand what I'm saying, and never mind.
tell me what you're saying again. Tell me what you're saying again.
No, it's okay. Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, tell it to me again because you think it's went on my head because you're so smarter than me. Tell me what you said.
I'm smarter than you.
Well, you're not. Tell me what you said.
Let's move on. All right. I feel
Tell me
like
what you said. I'm not moving on. Tell me what you said.
okay. I am saying that the way they're using him, they're using the Bushwhackers reminds me of how they were using No Way Jose. Not in the main roster, NXT.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay.
I did not say they're the same level of popularity. I'm not saying that they're gonna be remembered like No Way Jose is gonna be remembered. That's not what I was saying. I'm saying the way they're using them and the way they're I'm pretty sure the Bushwhackers before this were what? A hardcore wrestler, right?
Yes.
Do they just automatically forget how to hardcore wrestle?
Well, they were told not to by Vince.
Exactly. They're told to do this stupid shit. What do you think was happening with No Way Jose? They were like, dude, he's like, dude, I want to do all this. They're like, no, don't do literally shit. Just do this fucking gyrating, the dance, that stupid shit. I'm pretty sure they fucking told him to do that, dude.
But every time
and that's what I'm saying. They say do your stupid dancing things and then fucking get the crowd going. You're gonna be in the opening match, dude. You're gonna get the crowd hot, and then you go in, and then we have the rest of the fucking card.
The era where he was on. Okay, I didn't watch the weekly shows. So maybe you're right about that. But when I saw him at takeovers, especially the one takeover in Brooklyn, he was wrestling very seriously. So he wasn't being a goofball. So
okay, sure, okay,
right.
All right. Mean Gene Okerlund, he's with No Way Jose, and he says, yeah, I agree with Angela Lee. But anyways, No Way Jose goes back, and then Mean Gene's back with Ted DiBiase, with Virgil, and they're mad because they put security on the Royal Rumble this year. Last year, DiBiase had drawn 30, supposedly drew 30, right? So now they have security. So he had Virgil pick his number, and he's mad because Virgil picked number one. I thought this was actually a pretty good promo by DiBiase because at the end of it, he's mad, but he goes, "Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna win the whole thing." You know?
Yeah, because I remember this. So I used to rent this VHS tape a lot when I was a kid. It was one of my favorites. Show doesn't hold up based on my kid memory overall, but this promo was great. Yes.
Did you watch this on VHS or DVD?
I used to watch it on VHS. I watched it on DVD. I didn't watch it on the network. No.
Okay, yeah. So when you watch on DVD, what is it? Just the box set DVD, right?
Yes, the Royal Rumble box set DVD.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna ask you this because I have that same box set, but I just never watched it. Are there Easter eggs?
No, it's just the event as it was.
Oh damn, that's too bad. I love if you like the old, like when WWE was coming out, all those like DVDs, they all had Easter eggs, even like the pay-per-view.
I know, but I think these big box sets, like the Easter egg is you get to own this event. You know, right?
Yeah, probably. I was just curious if they had Easter egg. All right. Actually, you know what I liked about this promo is that the continuity. They bring up what happened at the Royal Rumble from a fucking year ago. You know, they don't do shit like that anymore. Where they just bring up like what happened. And I thought that was pretty good. Like they almost like they never bring up the fact like Kofi continues to be champion. Like nobody brings it up, but it's like weird. Match number 2, the Genius, who starts off by reading a poem on the barber, and it rhymes. It rhymed this time, and I was like, holy shit, the fucking poem rhymed. He's gonna be facing Beefcake. As I'm watching this, and I see the Genius the way he's prancing around, he does the fucking cartwheel. I'm like, this is where Damien Sandow probably got a lot of
Oh
inspiration.
yeah, no, he did.
Yeah,
He's
it was.
he's ripped off the Genius. Yeah.
You know what? I was watching Genius match, and I was like, man, this character is like so perfect for WWE right now. And I'm like, I was like wondering why they never push this guy, and I just kind of was like looking it up. Like, when did he join? He was with WWE from fucking 1985.
You know, he came in. He came in with his brother.
Yeah, and like this was the first pay per view. So you're telling me he was working this company for 5 years before he actually got to be on a pay per view? It's crazy.
I mean, he was on SummerSlam '89. He also remember he read a poem then.
No, I mean like as a wrestling match.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, this was when he got his big push.
Yeah, that's crazy. You spent 5 years there, just not watching these pay per views happen, not getting to be on WrestleMania and shit. I was like thinking, who else is like that right now? Like what, Tozawa?
Yeah, I
I
guess
I ain't never seen Tozawa on a pay per view in like fucking forever.
Tozawa. Yeah, I would say maybe Tozawa. Yeah, but yeah, he was hot. Basically, Randy always wanted his brother to be taken care of, and he was always hired as a favor to Randy. Dude, he was on the WCW payroll and never wrestled in WCW. He was just
Yeah,
a favor to Randy. Randy always looked out for him. So
I won. I'm okay with that. You know, you're trying to help your brother get a job, but I'm surprised they didn't really push him before because I'm watching this match and he's not bad.
no, he's not.
Yeah, so I'm like, what was like? He's got a good size. He's not a small guy. He's not out of shape. He's charismatic in the ring, and I'm like, why is this guy like not really ever getting pushed? It's very weird.
I think they're just two weird guys. And the thing about it is,
Yeah.
Macho Man's weirdness is charming and money, and this guy's weirdness is like they're very weird. They're both very weird if you really think about it. You know?
Is that a Seattle Supersonics hat?
Yeah, bro.
That's actually pretty cool. That's like old school look.
I know.
Yeah.
I got like $10 to it, and they
Really?
at a lids, and they never sell hats that cheap. So
They never do with that old school logo like that.
yeah,
Anyway,
this match was fine. I just felt like this match was more to set up a feud between Perfect and Beefcake, which culminates in WrestleMania 6. But it was fine. It was okay.
yeah. Anyway, what happens is there's a ref bump, and while the referee is out, Beefcake puts a sleeper on Genius, and the Genius gets, he's passes out. And when he's passed out, the barber gets a scissors and he starts cutting his hair. This is the part where it gets kind of stupid.
Mm.
Barber is actually facing the entranceway, and you can clearly see Mr. Perfect like running towards him, and even he sees him, but he has to act like he doesn't see Mr. He has to act like he doesn't see Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect just starts beating the crap out of him. They take out a chair and they beat him up, and I was, this whole time I was thinking like, where's Hulk Hogan? Because like, aren't these guys supposed to be friends? What?
Get ready for the Rumble.
Yeah, but like these guys are supposed to be like friends. I was like, where is this guy? Match ends in a double DQ. I agree with you. It was literally just set up just to make a Beefcake Mr. Perfect feud.
Yeah,
It's
so they could get WrestleMania. Yeah, that's all it felt like.
Yeah. John Mooney, he's with the Heenan family, which is Rick Rude, Andre the Giant Haku, and they're arguing about the Royal Rumble, about like, oh, we're supposed to be a team, but hey, if it's down to you and me, man, I gotta do what I gotta do, and they all start arguing. It's a fun little promo showing that anything can happen at the Rumble. We're gonna go to match number. I misnumbered all these matches. This is match number 3, actually. Match number 3. What?
No, you're right. 3.
Yeah, it is a submission match. Greg the Hammer Valentine with Jimmy Hart versus Rugged Ronnie Garvin. Both have a guard on their left shin. Greg Hammer is dressed in all yellow like Hulk Hogan, and I was like, who okayed this fucking look? He looks like an out of shape, like really like indie looking Hulk Hogan. And I would be like, when like Stone Cold was wearing like jean shorts, they wouldn't let anybody else wear jean shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like they had Justin Credible, like, hey, stop wearing jean shorts because you're bald and you have jean shorts and you look just like Stone Cold. So stop wearing that. Like Greg has blonde hair, long blonde hair, and he's wearing yellow tights. He looks just like Hulk Hogan, just like smaller and just like not in good shape. And I was like, why would they allow that? This is weird.
Mm,
You didn't think he looked like Hogan at times?
he looked like a drunk to me constantly. He looked like an attitude drunk. I mean, if it was like Dan Spivey and Dan Spivey had a mustache, I would be like, yes, but
Did
not.
you do you ever run into Greg Valentine at a Comic-Con?
No.
He's always looks very like miserable. I feel bad.
Yeah.
You know, I wish he just I don't know why he goes to these, but like, he just looks miserable. Anyway, Greg puts on the figure four on Ronnie Garvin, but because he's wearing the shin guard, which they call him the Hammer Jammer, he's blocking it. And this match continues. And it's like the only two fucking idiots that don't realize it's the submission match is like Greg and fucking Ronnie Garvin because they keep doing fucking pinfalls. And the commentator's like, it's a submission match. You can't do that. I'm like, they did it like so many times. Like, how are you two guys the only ones who can't remember it's a submission?
Dude, it ruins the match because like, what are you doing?
Yeah, dude, if you were in a submissions match, you would know it's a submissions match. Like you have to remember, like I can't do pinfall, right? You would know. I don't know.
And it's not like they sprung this on these guys, dude. They were promoting. I was watching the weekly show back then. They promoted the submissions match for like a month on like 5 shows a week. So how did they not know?
Yeah, it was just like, oh, it just they came out both looking really stupid. And basically, what happens is both their shin guards are off. Jimmy Hart, who steals the shin guard from Ronnie Garvin, he gets caught and he gets dumped into the ring. And then while Ronnie Garvin has him, Greg the Hammer Valentine tries to sneak up from behind, and Garvin turns around and smacks him in the head with the guard, and then puts the sharpshooter on for the win because both of them don't have the shin guard. So now the submissions are effective. This is a very boring match. It's too long, and the crowd is dead at times, but surprisingly, at the end, the crowd fucking went crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised. This is kind of like the last major match of Ronnie Garvin's career. I thought he left after this match. Apparently, he was in WWE as a jobber until like July, which I didn't realize he was 1990. I thought this was it, but this is kind of like the last match, and it wasn't the worst. You can kind of tell why Ronnie Garvin, like, we book you in a submission match, we give you this big long storyline, and people got into it at the end, but like you didn't like follow the rules, like you hurt the match because you just know what you guys were doing, but it wasn't. It's like, come on, guys, and
when you watched this as a kid, did you think it was stupid that they couldn't remember it was a submissions match?
I don't. When I was a kid, I liked the match. I didn't realize until I was a teenager. So like in 1990, 1991, I'm like, oh, it's good. But then when I went back to it 98, 99, I was like, why the fuck are they going for pins? Like, but I didn't notice it as a kid. I was just like, I think I thought in my head, like, they're so into the match, they forget that it's submission.
I can't believe you watched this match 3 times.
I watched it more than 3 times, bro. I used to watch this all the time in the show. Yeah.
Really? God, you might be the only person who's like studying this match.
This is like my
How many times do you think
match in my life? Yeah.
How many times do you think you've seen this match?
This is my 8th or 9th time.
Really?
Yeah. I used to just have this when I was a little kid. I rent the tape and watch it over and over again. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then I owned it. I had it this on VHS, and then I got this DVD. So yeah, I would say this is my 8th or 9th time seeing this show.
Wow, that's impressive. So what you would do is you would buy, let's say you would rent the VHS, you would watch it like multiple times before you handed it back.
Yeah, like 2 times at least. And I probably rented it like 3 times. So it might even be more than that, because then I bought the VHS tape and I gave it to the Salvation Army. I don't know why I did that. I had the Coliseum video. And because there was like a store that started selling them all used around the Attitude Era. So I got like everything. and I sold them all. I don't know why I did. I sold the 89. I gave them away to the Salvation Army. 89 Rumble, the everything, and the Coliseum videos. And I wish I'd kept them, but yeah, man, I had this for a long time.
Wait, did you watch like all these pay-per-views like that?
From the era 89 to 90, from 89 to early 92, yes, but like
Wow,
I haven't really rewatched SummerSlam 92 or Survivor Series 92 that much, you know.
that's crazy. Do you remember all this stuff? Because you have like good memory.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, impressive. Let's see. All right,
I
Mean
remember
Gene.
it being better. Like sometimes when I watched this, when I was watching this show, there were times I was bored. So, but like when I
Yeah,
was,
when you're probably watching it as a kid, it's probably way. It's a lot of fun, and
yeah,
also when you're watching it back in the '80s, there's not that many wrestlers as there are now. You
mhm.
know, so like it's like when you watch it now, it's like there's more to compare it to. But back then, it's like there's not that many, so you're like, oh, this guy's really good, even though he's probably not that good. So
Yeah, no,
all right, all right. Mean Gene Okerlund, he's with Mr. Perfect, who's they ask him like he asked him why did he do what he did with the fucking beefcake, and he goes, because I'm a good friend, unlike Hulk Hogan, I fucking defend my friend. And then he goes, guess what? I picked number 30. It's like the best number. I'm like, oh, okay, good for him.
Andrew Lee, 1 second, bro. We're back. All right, yeah, Mr. Perfect, the perfect number, and the perfect friend, unlike Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever hear Macho Man's rap about Mr. Perfect, the perfect friend?
No, I didn't hear that. It's good.
Oh, it's sweet. He raps and that Be a Man rap album, he has a song for Mr. Perfect. I thought it was very sweet, that he did that. So, anyways, yeah, Mr. Perfect. We're going back. We're going. Even though that was a good promo segment, the next one is like it's a brother love segment. Uh, and brother love is in there with Sherry, and they call out a peasant in their words, which is Sapphire. And Sapphire standing in the ring, and they're asking her questions, but they're not letting her get a word in. They're just making fun of her and Dusty. They're calling them both fat, and that's basically every insult that they're fat. The segment is just so long. And then finally Sapphire like snaps and she slaps Sherry, and Macho Man runs in, he tries to attack her, tries to attack a woman, and Dusty Rhodes comes out, and then they start fighting, and then Sapphire she jumps on Macho Man's back, which got a really big reaction from the crowd. And then uh Savage and Sherry leave. They leave Brother Love alone in the ring. Dusty comes in there and he beats up Brother Love, and then Sapphire and Dusty start dancing. That was the best part, watching Sapphire dance. She's a hell of a dancer, that Sapphire.
She should have been a
And
Nitro girl.
what?
She should have been a Nitro girl.
Yeah, she should have been a Nitro girl. Yes, she already got the name Sapphire. Perfect.
Sweet Sap, that's a stripper name. You know that.
So I looked up Sapphire because I was like, I gotta look her up, and I gotta find some more information about her. And I read this really interesting story about her and Sherry forced her into a shower because she wouldn't shower.
Mm-hmm.
That crazy. But what did you think about this brother love segment? I wasn't
I don't know. Like Bruce Pritchard's podcast is good. He doesn't do a lot for me as Brother Love. I kind of feel like I think he was right to step away from that. He's not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But this was his idea. He liked doing it, right? Or this was not his idea.
He liked doing it up to a certain point. Then he just wanted to do behind the scenes, which he was in the right to want to do behind the scenes because
I think this is like the third or fourth brother love segment I'm watching on a pay-per-view, and I hate them all. I can't stand
it's
any
a
of
way to
them.
pad out the show and to progress an angle.
Yeah, I guess. Even when they used to be on Superstars, I used to hate this guy. I used to hate his.
It's
I
it's
used to
just
hate.
it's not like a level. It's not like an endearing character. It's just an annoying fucking character.
Yeah, it is. It is. Um, Hopefully this is the last time we see it.
It's not.
Oh, um, Sean Mooney, he is with Jim Duggan, and Jim Duggan, man, he's like the long lost bushwhacker. He's so stupid. He stumbles on the word approach. He just, when he says it, it sounds like he has Tourette's. He's like approach. I was like, what the fuck? Basically, he's cutting a promo on Boss Man. Jim Duggan makes me laugh so much. He's just like unintentionally funny.
Mhm.
It's gonna lead to our fourth match, which is Big Boss Man with Slick versus Jim Duggan. Jim Duggan came out to no music.
Yeah, he didn't have any music until he was like one of the last people to get music. It's really
Okay. Yeah, really weird. Um, Jim Duggan, he gets beat on for most of the match, and then what happens is Slick gives Boss Man a nightstick, and he hits fucking Hacksaw with it, like right in front of the referee, and the referee calls for a DQ. Hacksaw gets the fucking 2x4. He hit them both, Slick and Boss Man, with the crowd chants for USA, USA, and for a match between two guys from America. It was fantastic. What did you think of this Boss Man versus Jim Duggan?
I'm not too into it. It kind of just felt like a waste of time. I've never liked this even back in the day.
I So that's just like the beginning. I was like, "Oh shit, Jim Duggan versus Bossman. This is gonna be a good hoss fight," is what I was thinking. And in the first like minute, it's kind of cool, but then it's just like a very. It's not like yeah, you're right. It just doesn't do anything really,
Yeah.
you know. I would expect it to be a good match because there's like these two big dudes, you know. But yeah, it wasn't anything.
Nope.
Now we get the Royal Rumble promos from the Hart Jimmy Hart's group, which is like Earthquake and Dino Bravo, and then we get like everyone's gonna do a promo. We're talking like Demolition, Bad News, Dusty the Rockers, Rick Martel, who's now a model, and Tito Snuka, Slick with Akeem, who's still doing the gyrations, and then Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior, man, this guy has such great presence.
Hmm.
Like he's the only one doing these Royal Rumble promos where he's not. He starts off not facing the camera. You
Hmm.
see his back, and he's just speaking, and he turns around while he's talking, and he faces the camera, but he spins around. He turns multiple times during his promos. It's very like unique. It's different, and I gotta say, like someone now should be stealing. Someone should be cutting promos like this, where if they're in the back, they're just not facing the camera, and they just like turn around. And do it. So, what do you think about
Uh, yeah, yeah, I love his promos. Yeah, dude, he's just so different than everybody else. Like everybody else is like they're good, but he's like another level, and it's like what the fuck, and you just the level of what the fuck.
that? Yeah, it's a good point. What level of what the fuck? And you're right. Most of these promos, like the thing with these promos is like it's cool that everybody has their own personality,
Hmm.
but they're all just yelling,
Hmm.
And I'm like, God, you guys gotta stop yelling so much. And then we get some more promos. This time with the heavy hitters like Macho Man, Powers of Pain, Jake Roberts, Hogan, Honky, and we're gonna go right into the Royal Rumble. So I'm gonna just break down what happened. Ray, interrupt me. Feel free to interrupt me anytime because, like, if you want to chime in.
Okay.
So first one in, DiBiase. Number two in is Coco Beware, and they fight it a little bit, and Coco is eliminated first.
Yeah, good riddance.
He is. I used to think like, how come Coco never got a push? He was so like popular, and I forget how fucking small he is. He's
Also, I heard
tiny.
he was like a dick.
Really?
Well, he beat up he so right before this event, he beat up a WWE executive overseas, and
Wasn't that because the guy used the N word?
I don't, yeah, maybe. And then the other thing I heard was he yelled the Undertaker at this first match. He berated the Undertaker, made Undertaker apologize to him after the first.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Survivor
That's
Series '90. He was like, you didn't do the move right." And Bruce Pritchard's like, "No, he did the move right." He's like, "No, you didn't do that move right. You're gonna wind up hurting people. You're not gonna last here. You better fucking apologize to me." And Undertaker was like, "This is like back." Undertaker's like, "I'm sorry." And I felt like he did that. I felt like Coco. You know what? Think Bruce Pritchard didn't say it, but thinking back, Coco did that to be like, because Coco knew this guy's gonna last. This fucking thing's money. but I'm gonna fucking make this guy feel like shit because I know I'm not gonna be here in 10 years and he will. So I'm gonna make this guy feel like shit right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I'm jealous. Because so like, dude, the first night that guy comes out, you're yelling at him, and he had to take it because Coco's a veteran. Was he?
Of course. Yeah.
Undertaker was like, "Shut the fuck up, Coco." That would have came with a locker room.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. 'Cause, yeah, he's like the new guy. He's got to like just take it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I wish I didn't know that story about Coco. Number
Apologize to
three.
me.
Yeah.
My locker room. Okay.
Hey, do you have a Coco Beware T-shirt?
No,
You don't want to get one?
I would if I saw one.
Yeah.
No one's making them.
Marty Jannetty, he is out at third, I should say, and he is thrown out right away as well. So Ted DiBiase, he's doing out throw, and he's in there alone. And then out comes number 4, Jake Roberts. The crowd goes ape. They're going crazy. And they start wrestling. Number 5 is Randy Savage. And he's got some great looking tights, man. It's like this shiny light blue long pants with these like colors in there. I never seen him wear these tights before. They look great. I don't know about you.
They do.
And basically, Savage and DiBiase, they double team on Jake Roberts, and then number 6 out comes Roddy Piper. This crowd is going bananas. They're just going crazy, dude. And they're just doing these 2-on-2, 2 good guys versus 2 bad guys. This is only number 6, and their crowd is so fucking hot. It's just crazy. I was like, this is what makes the Rumble so good.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 is Warlord, and number 8
Wardlow comes back in time.
Wardlow. Yeah, it's Wardlow. Number 8 is Bret Hart, and then during this part, Piper does this really stupid hokey thing where he's like, "I'm blind," and he doesn't know what he's looking at, and he's walking around. And he fucking hits Jake Roberts. I thought that was so stupid. It looked so phony. Number 9 is Bad News, and Macho Man. He eliminates Jake Roberts right here. So Jake Roberts gets eliminated early. Number 10 is Dusty, who takes out Savage almost right away. So Savage is also out. They got 2 of their heavy hitters out already. 11 is Andre the Giant, who comes out and takes out Wardlow. And Bobby Heenan and Mr. Fuji, they start fighting because of this, because they're both the managers of Andre the Giant and Warlord. What do you call it? This was interesting because there's like 2 heel managers and they're fucking fighting. Number 12, Red Rooster comes out, and Piper, he throws out Bad News, who then gets kind of up in the apron, and he fucking throws out Piper out of anger, and then they start fighting. They're fighting outside, and they fight all the way to the back. Is this gonna lead to that infamous WrestleMania match where Piper is black and white?
Yeah.
Is that match cut from Peacock?
Yes, we gotta like go to in 2 weeks. We gotta watch that separate on YouTube. Yeah.
They cut that whole match out. Oh man, I'm gonna have so many questions about that. I've never seen that match actually.
Oh, it's not that good of a match, but it should be on there. I think I find that annoying. Like WrestleMania is like one of the most important things, and you just take a match off. If there's
you find it annoying that they cut the match out of Peacock.
Yeah,
but you can understand why they did it.
Not really. I feel like if you get offended by that, you're a fucking dummy.
Did they ever make didn't they make an action figure of Piper like that? Or am I wrong?
I think it was in the planning stage that they didn't do it.
Oh, I want to see. I feel like I saw like a promo for that.
He's trying to make a point that we're all the same. So like, and he wasn't like doing like a blackface or anything. It's just dumb to take it out. I just think of this. I never met a single black person who's like, oh my god, it was so traumatic when Roddy Piper painted half his body black. Everyone's just like, oh, that's Roddy Piper being Roddy Piper. Like he's just being a weirdo, you know?
They actually did have this figure.
Oh, it was made.
Jax made it in 2007.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but it's expensive, dude. You know, if you want to get one now.
I'm not looking to get it, so it's all right.
Yeah. All right. Number 13 is Axe from Demolition. and Andre the Giant during this time eliminates Red Rooster. 14 is Haku, and Dusty during this part, Dusty Rhodes just collapses in the ring. You see that where he just like falls for no reason, and then and the commentator's like, "Oh, Dusty's collapsing." I'm like, "Why do you do that? That was so weird." 15 is Smash with Demolition. 16 is Akeem, and then in the background, Dusty eliminates Bret Hart, but nobody notices. Nobody notices that Bret Hart gets eliminated. And Demolition, this part is actually pretty cool. They both hit Andre together from the back, and Andre fucking goes over and he gets eliminated. Crowd goes crazy for it. That's a cool Royal Rumble moment. You know, you have a tag team eliminated on the night.
But it's sad seeing Andre out there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's humongous. He really is a big dude. You know, like when like Bret Hart was like choking him, his hands look so small. Like you could tell it's not even around his neck. His hands are so small. 17 is Jimmy Snuka, who takes out Akeem. 18 is Dino Bravo. 19 is Earthquake, who takes out Dusty Rhodes, and then he throws out Axe as well. And then Dino Bravo, during this time, he screws up a running the rope spot with Smash. He's such a bad wrestler. Dino Bravo, I didn't realize how bad he was when I was a kid, but he's really bad.
He's really bad.
Yeah, he like never improves. Like he's like constantly screwing up moves. You know,
He's hitting himself.
How did this guy keep a job or something? He just really.
I don't know. And
Number 20 is
nobody remembers him. Nobody remembers him. Nobody cares he got murdered. He was just a waste of everyone's time. What?
Not just the way you said it.
When he was murdered, I said to kids at school, "Oh, this guy was murdered," and they're like, "Okay," and they just went over. Dude, if fucking like the Rick DeMar Martel got shot in the fucking head in 1992, oh fuck, what's going on here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said, "Oh fuck, what's going on here?"
You're just being weird. I don't know what it's doing. But if Rick DeMar Martel got, let's keep going. I don't know what the computer's doing, but it has like a.
I won't lie, I did. There was a period in my life where he had like left my memory banks. Like I totally forgot something like Dino Bravo existed. And then I slowly like was like, oh, I remember this guy. Like he just came back.
Yeah, keep going. I don't know why my computer's making a thing like it's about to reset, but it's not. So just keep going.
Okay, number 20 is Anvil, and then they all gang up together, heels and face, and they eliminate Earthquake. 21, Ultimate Warrior. He comes in and he eliminates Dino Bravo. Even that gets clunky because fucking Dino Bravo is terrible. He couldn't even get eliminated right. Yeah. Number 22, Rick Martel. And then Haku takes out Smash, eliminates him with a crescent kick. That would look pretty cool. Number 23 is Tino Santana. 24 is Honky Tonk Man. And the Warrior eliminates Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Then the Warrior takes out DiBiase, who was in there from number 1.
Hold on. I don't know why this computer's doing this. This is so fucking weird. I hope it's still recording.
It's still recording from where I see.
It's making this like circular motion, like it's loading something. I can't get to the controls of. So Warrior eliminates Dino Bravo, which is great.
No, he took out DiBiase.
Okay.
And then 25 is Hulk Hogan, who is actually the champion. This is like back when a champion could still be in the Royal Rumble. Hogan eliminates Jimmy Snuka, then Haku, then Warrior takes out Tito Santana. 26 is Shawn Michaels, and then fucking Hogan tosses out Honky Tonk Man, and Ultimate Warrior eliminates Shawn Michaels right away. And then Rick Martel. So then only Hogan and Warrior are left standing in the ring. And the crowd is going crazy. These guys face off. They start pushing each other. They start doing the crisscrosses, and they do a double clothesline. They both fall. This is a cool moment, I thought. It was really dope. 27 is Barbarian. 28 is Rick Rude.
Hogan Warrior, what a moment, dude. The crowd goes nuts. And it's like people were waiting for that. I don't think they realized they were waiting for it until they saw it. But it's like, dude, the two biggest guys in the company going head to head. What a moment.
I mean, the crowd was super into this. Yeah, when you
right away, they didn't even go near it. They just everyone got eliminated but them, and the crowd already knew what was gonna happen. They were going nuts.
I was when I saw this, I thought the ending was gonna be like Warrior eliminating Hogan, and it's like, oh my god, he threw away the champion, and now he's like gonna go to WrestleMania. But that was not what happened. And I got to talk to you when it gets to the ending, which is soon. I want to talk to you about it because I thought it was fucking weird. So they're both on the ground because they did a double clothesline, and 27 is Barbarian, and then Rick Rude comes out right before even his countdown begins. And so Rude and Barbarian, they're beating up fucking Warrior and Hogan to keep them separated, right? And then Rude and Barbarian double team Warrior, and then Hogan comes up and he kind of like hits all three of them, and he eliminates Hogan's the one who eliminates Warrior. And then Warrior just kind of jumps back in the ring, attacks the bad guys, and then just like runs out.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it? That's what's gonna happen? Warrior just runs away? Like, it was very weird. I don't know why they did it like that. 29 is Hercules. Number 30 is Mr. Perfect. So there's no special entrances guesses at all. Hercules takes out Barbarian, and then Rude takes out Hercules. So it's 2-on-1. It's Mr. Perfect and Rude versus Hogan, really, 2-on-1. Mr. Perfect eliminates Rick Rude by accident, and then Mr. Perfect hits Hogan with the Perfect Plex, who he no-slows it, and he just fucking tosses Mr. Perfect out for the win. Hogan wins this Royal Rumble. What did you think? Was that kind of like a weird lackluster ending for you?
Not as a kid because I loved Hogan. So like, dude, as long as Hogan wins, it's a good ending. No, it was a good, it was a fine ending. Dude, I like the Warrior Hogan thing because they hit each other, and when they hit each other, they're both so powerful they both get knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, no, I mean, now it is because we're accustomed to other things, but when I was a kid, it was fine. Like, because Hogan had been feuding with Mr. Perfect a little bit, so for him to like throw out Mr. Perfect, it was like, there you go, the feud's over. Get the fuck out of here, you know?
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say actually. Never mind.
Still say recording by you?
It says still says recording, yeah.
All right, well, let me wrap this up because I don't know what the computer's doing.
Sure.
Overall, pretty decent show, right?
Yeah, it's a Royal Rumble. It's still fun. What do you call it? I think it's if you're not doing anything, you want to watch an old school Rumble, this is one you can watch. Just the Royal Rumble match, I would say, and you have a good time with it.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So next week we're gonna do Wrestle War 90. Should be fun. The week after that will be WrestleMania 6. Then we have Capital Combat and then Great American Bash. So a lot of WCW in our future, Andrew Lee. Excited?
Wrestle War 91, right?
90.
90, sorry, Wrestle War 90.
Guys, that's the podcast. If you like it, please listen to it. Please subscribe and also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Ray Goots Comedy and Ray Goots. Andrew Lee, I got to figure out. Hopefully, we can keep this. I don't know what's going on here, but thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Later, dude. It's so weird. I can't do anything on this fucking computer. It says it's recording by you, right?
Yeah, it's still recording.
I know I can't stop it. So you can just log off whenever you feel like it. I might show up this computer. If I need
War.
If I need to get any, how are you gonna be up for a little bit? You're gonna go right to bed.
I'm gonna be up for a little bit, yeah.
All right, I might need to I gotta see if this took. All right, brother.
All right, bye. Have a good night, Ray. Hope everything works out.
Thank you, man. Bye bye.
Have fun at Collision.
Yep.
That's Sunday. That's Saturday, actually.
Yeah, Saturday. Come on. All right.